Hi, my name is Melissa Staba-Busch, and I did my author study on Stephen Kellogg. Stephen Kellogg is a well-known author and illustrator. He has illustrated and or written over 120 books in his 40-year career. He puts a lot of emphasis in his books on memories and experiences he's had with his own family. One such character he includes in a series of books is actually Pinkerton. Pinkerton is based on his actual Great Dane that he used to own, and also he incorporates another animal in these Pinkerton stories, and that's Rose, a cat that he also owned with his family. The first book I'm going to talk about is A Penguin Pup for Pinkerton. In this book, Stephen Kellogg incorporates some wonderful illustrations. He loves to use color in his illustrations. He often illustrates in boxes, and his pictures are very bright and busy. In A Penguin Pup for Pinkerton, Emily and her dog Pinkerton have learned quite a bit about penguin eggs. At school, Emily learns that penguin eggs are hatched after resting upon the father penguin's feet as he keeps it warm until it's time for the baby penguin to hatch. Pinkerton thinks this is a swell idea, and he also tries to hatch a penguin. In doing so, he has found a football and used it as an egg on his feet to keep it warm. But this football actually belongs to a fellow student of Emily's, and when Pinkerton and the football visit school, Emily's friend Billy gets awfully upset that Pinkerton has stolen his football. On the way home, Pinkerton and Emily travel through the park only to come across a football game where Pinkerton, of course, gets into trouble and steals the football. He takes that football to the ice rink where there he tries to hatch his penguin. His pinkwin ends up being a penguin pup chick that Emily's grandmother has made for Pinkerton to hatch. The next book I'm going to talk about is Tally-Ho Pinkerton, another beautiful book written and illustrated by Stephen Kellogg. Again, he continues to use the same type of illustrations, very busy, very bright, a lot of activity going on, a lot of motion. Tally-Ho Pinkerton. Again, we find ourselves with Emily and Pinkerton on another adventure. And this time, Emily, in search of mammals in the wood for a school report, has come across a beautiful bird. Both Pinkerton and Emily's cat Rose take off after the bird, only to disturb a very uppity hunting party. This hunting party must be no help to Emily, and actually, they came in a hot air balloon, and Pinkerton and Rose find their way into this hot air balloon, and of course, in Pinkerton style, up they go. Eventually, they come down, and thanks to the hunting party who accidentally shoots down their hot air balloon, and Emily and Rose and Pinkerton are on their way. Upon leaving, they hear the hunting party, who actually found what they thought was a rare striped squirrel, and it was a skunk that sprayed them, and they did not have a very good hunting party. My next book is a classic for Stephen Kellogg. It's called The Mysterious Tadpole. This happens to be the 25th anniversary edition. In this book, Louis, the main character boy, receives a unique birthday present from his uncle, a tadpole. But as you can see, this tadpole grows into something a little bigger than expected. Louis comes up with a plan to try to keep his tadpole by keeping him in the school pool during the summer, only to have his plan foiled when school starts and the swim team finds the tadpole in the pool. He has to devise a plan to find a habitat that the tadpole can still live in. He decides that he would like to build a swimming pool in the nearby parking lot, but doesn't have the money or the means to do so. So he incorporates his tadpole into a little plan. They have Alphonse, his tadpole, dive down deep into the nearby lake, in which he finds a treasure with sunken money from a pirate ship. And by finding that money, Lewis is able to build his tadpole a habitat. The next book I have by Stephen Kellogg is called The Missing Mitten. This, again, is super busy. The illustrations are beautiful. The colors that he uses, the lines for movement are absolutely fantastic. In the Missing Mitten mystery, Annie and her dog, Oscar, are searching all over for a missing mitten of Annie's. She has already lost several pairs and she knows that she's going to be in trouble. She rechecks all her steps, comes across many miscellaneous items that her friends have lost in the snow, from sweaters to boots, and eventually finds her way back home unable to find it. But when the snow starts to melt, she realizes that her mitten is in fact the heart of the snowman. It's a really good book. I would say check it out. The last book that I read from Stephen Kellogg was I Was Born About 10,000 Years Ago. Unlike the other books, this one follows more of the folk tale type genre. This book follows this young boy through a number of actual historic events that have happened to our country and other countries. Some of them being religious, such as Adam and Eve and Moses, but others, including Columbus, finding Queen Elizabeth and marrying her. We have also typical characters from other folk tales, such as Paul Bunyan and Mike Fink, that play a part in this book, along with Johnny Appleseed. He travels to all sorts of places, times, and lands. Check it out. It's a fantastic book. I would say if you're looking for a fantastic author to research or to find quality illustrations and writing, Stephen Kellogg is definitely your guy.